In the house, Barry Sanders and Thurman Thomas built and T. Boone Pickens financed. Welcome to Stillwater, Oklahoma, home of the Cowboys, where the paddle people are ready to open up a can. What a showdown we have in store. A couple of Big 12 teams squaring off in what could prove to be a huge game. As we'll see, the TCU Horned Frogs taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Oklahoma State Cowboys. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Cowboys will kick it away to start. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. So TCU's offense will get the first possession of the game. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming to this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, go get positive yardage.
And the Horned Frogs come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Turning it on! He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
I don't think people understand how valuable it is to be able to hand the ball to your running back and get everyone settled to start the football game, especially when there's production like this. Man, your quarterback feels a little bit more comfortable. The defense feels a little bit uneasy. The offensive line gets settled in. Nice start by this offense.
I'll tell you what, you want to quiet this crowd down. You want to do something demoralizing to your opponent. Establish the run game early on offense.
The Horned Frogs look to keep this drive humming. Good timing on the quick out. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Out of the gun to give to the back. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Quick strike complete. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Not much there on the run. He gets one to the 31.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Finds his man. It's Canty. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They'll move the tight end. Give to the running back. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They go right back to him. Runs through a tackle. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
And Man, you gotta like the swarm of this defense. You've got to get in the backfield, make some penetration, and realize the first guy's not going to always get that big sucker on the ground. Like, he's a big, strong dude. He's breaking tackles, but still swarming to the football, and this defense still gets a tackle for a loss.
On a big third down, love the discipline by the defense there. You got everybody with their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the football, showing good speed on D. Nice tackle. Love the team defense.
He'll keep it on the sneak. The Horned Frogs have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
Trying to run it in. Grinding and churning close to the goal line, but he'll be stopped inches short.
Decision coming up here. I'm kicking a field goal, though, David. First drive of the game, you want to pay it off and just put some points up on it.
And see, I'd go for the touchdown because here's the thing. I'm going to make them go the length of the field, almost 100 yards. Even if I get stopped, I'm starting this game aggressive.
He'll keep it on the sneak. Scores on the sneak.
Hey, man, if we're going to show up here and play this game, we're not kicking field goals early. We didn't come here to just lay up. They drive the field. They get it down 4th and goal. Field goal would have been easy. Head coach decides to go for it. The offense pays off the decision with a touchdown.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. So that was a methodical 17-play drive for the touchdown. And they finished the deal with the quarterback sneak. And he's coming out of the end zone. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Oklahoma State's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the second level of this defense, David.
Well, and this is a big challenge. Like, you're overmatched. You understand this guy's a top-shelf player. And I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season. But this individual matchup, you got to get him on the ground. You got to find a way to corral him, slow him down. He can't be the game wrecker. If that's the case, it's going to be too easy for this offense.
And if you're on offense, you got to be thinking, let's dominate in the trenches and let's get our star running back into the second level against this linebacker. We've got an athletic advantage at that position. So if we can free him up into the second level of this defense, make him make guys miss, those are going to be explosive plays for the offense.
Caught in the backfield, it's McAllister. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. That's caught. It's Jones. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
Well, that time on 3rd and long, they just took what the defense gave them. Nothing down the field. They were hoping maybe he could make somebody miss after the catch. Wasn't able to do it, so now it sets up 4th.
He gets his first one of the day out of there. They used him 3 times in that loss last week. They'll wrap him up and bring him down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first quarter. We've reached the break, and TCU is holding the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. So first down here as they go back to work. They'll try the run. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
That defense is about getting off the football. And when that defensive line can be disruptive, get in the backfield right away, and mess up those pullers actions on those counter plays, it can be really advantageous for the defense. Great job by the defense being hyperactive.
Working that wide receiver screen. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. They'll give it to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And the Horned Frogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to go up top, trying to set up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
And on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Horned Frogs will punt this one away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. Oklahoma State has it back and the offense is on the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's Rock. Here's the pressure. Got his man. He's going to have enough to pick up the 1st down as they stop him at the 33-yard line.
Excellent throw by the quarterback. Found the window between the zones and then delivered the ball on time.
The Cowboys come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Reads it, fires complete. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. After the setback, the offense gets set for a 1st and 15. Used the play fake, now to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Singh. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
The defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
That's caught. It's McAllister. He got it out to the 34-yard line. Not enough for the 1st down. Let's see if they punt it away. And the Cowboys decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wide receiver going in motion. Back to pass on 2nd down. Incomplete. Man, oh man, is that one this junior would love to have back. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. From the gun, wants to pass. Going to try to get it himself. Quarterback's got the first. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job keeping that guy in the pocket.
Here's the handoff. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. The give to the back. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. They are perfect on 4th down so far in the first half. They'll try to make it 3 for 3. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Quickly complete. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. Now they'll run the draw. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Rushes on him. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. Using his legs to buy some time. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. And the Horned Frogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Makes the grab. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Horned Frogs line it up with a 1st and goal. Trying to pound it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
And let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to throw. It's Rock. Looking deep. It's picked off, and that's number 10.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times, in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. The give to the running back from the shotgun.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking downfield on first down. And the sack all the way back at the 5. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Cowboys have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to go up top in times, running out in the half. Blasted as he lets it go. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You could see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
They stop him after a short game. Probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with fourth down coming.
TCU.
And the Cowboys line up to punt it away. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. And the returner will be brought down. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Wants to throw on first down. Trying to beat the D deep. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And he gets the interception and finally run out of bounds, and that's how we'll wrap up the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a magnificent game there so far in Stillwater. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Yeah, and man, you talk about being down at the half. What's one thing I need to do? I got to protect my quarterback. In the first series here now, you're getting your quarterback hit and taken to the ground. This offense has to protect that dude at all costs.
They'll run play action. He'll pull it down and run. And he moved it slightly forward. Defense played it well. The Cowboys moving quickly to the line. Back to throw, it's Rock. Fires to the right. They needed a big play, and they got it. And a foot down for the first down. And the Cowboys come to the line with a new set of downs.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
The give out of the gun. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. The Cowboys line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40. And the Cowboys are moving quickly down the field. To the air on first down. Makes the catch. It's McAllister. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They're dealing with a second and long. Looking to fire. Finds the tight end. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. They'll keep it on the ground. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Up-tempo for the offense.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Grabbed in the middle. It's McAllister. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Looking for a man. It's Rock. Working on the right. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. The Cowboys had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And this is the area of the field where you need a really good back. You can depend on, you can give him the football. He's going to hit a little crease and just lower his shoulder, be physical, be powerful. You saw last week he got a rushing touchdown. I look for this offense to...
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. That was an absolute sledgehammer of a drive, just taking the air out of the ball.
And it's hard when you run that many plays not to make a mistake and throw an interception or get penalties and put you in a bad spot. But the offense just strung play after play after play together and got in the end zone.
We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. Coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied and the timeout is gone. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. Offense working from the pistol. They'll go to the ground. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives, and the best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
My old coach said to never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. And the Horned Frogs will line up to punt it away.
Well, that guy is so quick coming out of his stance. Did you see how fast he got to the ball carrier to get that tackle for loss? Wow.
Oklahoma State has it back and the offense is on the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
There he goes. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the gun, the ground game. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, and it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Looking downfield, it's Rock. Pucks it out of the air. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. And the Cowboys are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Get it out on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. The Cowboys can really attack on this second and short. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. And the Cowboys are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Balls and fired complete. Finds a crease at the 20. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. That's the end of the quarter, and TCU has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth-quarter finish. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Wants to go up top on first down. Sets up the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. When you see all those defenders around your intended target like that, just throw it in the ground or throw it away. I mean, that's a completion that loses yards. You're just hurting your offense there.
Pulls it in. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Never a doubt. That'll bring him to within 4.
And look, obviously you would have loved to score a touchdown there, but you did the important thing. Kicked a field goal, you're now within one possession. Can your defense get you the football back, and can your offense drive the field and put it in the end zone? This is what you practice for. Let's see if they can go execute, fellas.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. They think they can create space here with the run to the right. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football, so he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
Tackle is made right at the 22-yard line. That's not enough for the first down. The Horned Frogs will try to pin them back with the punt. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. And to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse, they'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Got some of the work done on first. Now, let's see what they have on second down. Looking to throw, it's Rock. Makes the grab, it's Jones. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45. The offense lining up for a first down play.
And as a quarterback, you know when you're throwing a corner route, the football is going to travel a long distance, so you've got to have great timing. You've got to get the ball out of your hands before the receivers come out of his break. You've also got to put a lot of air under the pass so the wide receiver can locate it. You can tell this quarterback has thrown a ton of these routes in practice.
The Cowboys now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Going for it all. Grabs it up to 25 in stride. They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So now the opportunity with a touchdown to take the lead. A first down run on the doorstep. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And that one's going to be incomplete. I don't think he got a foot down along the back of the end zone. Now third and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. From the gun, wants to pass. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Right down the boulevard. It's now a one-point game, 14-13.
And that's massive. All the pressure on your defense now. You've made the field goal. You've got to get the ball back. You need one more kick. That's what you need. And so the defense has to be ready to take the field right now, play with intensity, play with energy, and get it back to the offense quickly.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Power football with the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
He's not going to get there. Stop short on fourth down. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. We'll see how the offensive coordinator pieces together this drive down late in the fourth. Shakes off the defender. They get him off his feet after a pickup of 5 down to the 25. And the Cowboys with a second and short to keep this drive moving. They'll pull it on the read. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
And they can't make the connection.
Hey, this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good game, and I'll tell you what.
Touchdown, Oklahoma State. They move on top here in the fourth.
And they're able to score on a drive where they had to have it this late in the game, and they look to their playmaker on the outside to win that one-on-one matchup.
Big-time moments. Who do you trust as a quarterback? You could tell this was a big moment. He threw it to his big play wide receiver. He knew he would come down to it, and now the big play in the fourth quarter for the touchdown.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his back in the middle.
What a great job by the quarterback working through his progressions here. In a 2-minute situation, he doesn't force it down the field if it's not open. Check it down to your back, let him go to work, and he comes up with a huge play.
Grab near the marker. It's Cook. And wisely gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got the first down, now in plus territory and a chance to save themselves.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Looking downfield on first down. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. And the Horned Frogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, he'll throw it. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. Throws for the tight end. Got his man downfield. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you said productive. He's productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage, you're probably getting blitzed, it's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.